as you know, Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock are now doing their campaigning for the runoff in Georgia that will be occurring on December 6th. Very important runoff, even though now it's not deciding the fate of the Senate. It would still be very, very important for the Democratic Party to have 51 senators so that Joe Manchin doesn't have so much power in this upcoming Congress, because of course he's not on board with a lot of really good progressive action. Same thing with Kirsten Sinema, but we'll see how that plays out if we get there. I want to give you a little bit of what I've said previously, the sights and sounds of a Herschel Walker rally. And usually before I play you a video, just because sometimes it's hectic and there's noise and I want to kind of give your brain context for what you're about to hear, I'll lay out what he's trying to say and then you'll get to hear it. I'm not going to do that this time, okay? I'll explain after, but try to see if you can come up with what the heck Herschel Walker is trying to say right here.
I can promise you, Iran, Russia, and they're not talking about trying to charge a tank out in the desert. They're talking about war. And let me tell you this here. If we was ready for the green agenda, I'll raise my hand right now, but we're not ready right now. So don't let them fool you like this is a new agenda. This is not the new agenda. We're not prepared. We're not ready right now. What we need to do is keep having those gas guzzling cars, because we got the good emission under those cars. We're doing the best thing that we can, but we need help. We need help, and those other people not helping us. China not helping us. India not helping us, but yet we're going to do it all because they spending your money.
Okay, let's cut to Ben, the producer. You got anything? You know what he's trying to say?
I have no clue. I'm lost.
So the recount that put this out tried to, I think, in putting it down in text to give us a little clearer of a picture. So here's some of it. Quote, if we we're ready for the green agenda, I'd raise my hand right now, but we're not ready right now. What we need to do is keep having those gas guzzling cars because we got the good emissions under those cars. So, okay, I think here's what he's trying to say. Iran and China aren't investing in green energy. So now's not the time for us to be investing in green energy or to be shifting to more, environmentally friendly options when it comes to energy, cars, etc. Because now's not the time. But if it was the time, he would be behind it. Okay, cool. Got that. Next, I'll give you a little bit of context first. He's talking about Raphael Warnock, Raphael Warnock not raising his kids. I don't think you're the person to critique him about that.
Wow.
And then he even paid himself for child care, all that stuff. Why don't he keep his own kids? Don't have nobody keeping your kids. You keep your kids. Then you got somebody else keeping. I keep my own, even though he lied about me. But it's okay. It's okay because he's trying to get your vote. Don't let him trick you, try to get your vote. And
then so apparently Raphael Warnock paid childcare, which if you need to pay childcare, you should. And that's bad because he should be raising his own kids, even though Herschel Walker has who knows how many kids that he's not raising. Each step of the campaign, we found out about more and more kids that were AWOL, or at least not under the care of Herschel Walker. And yet he wants to bring that issue up. And then he says, they're lying about me because they want the vote. But in one of the situations, the past stories about you are coming from people, or multiple situations, who are unrelated to Raphael Warnock's campaign completely. All of the situations are just people coming out and saying he's a huge hypocrite, or you should know this about him. And that's where we're getting this information. So stop acting like this is some attempt to prevent you from getting in office in any way other than people wanting to know the truth about you and those who were formerly close to you making that information known. Here's him on Fox News to wrap this up, saying that we need people. Just remember what we just saw. And then this is what he is trying to say to campaign for himself. I feel like this is something you would say to campaign against him. We need people in Washington who foreign leaders will respect.
I want to know about the policies. The policies he's done is he's failed. He's failed Georgia, he's failed this country, and he's going to continue to fail. And this is less than 2 short years. Right now, we need new leadership in Washington. We need people in Washington that foreign leaders going to respect. Right now, I don't think the foreign leader respects some of the leadership we got in Washington because of what happened in Afghanistan. And Senator Warnock didn't even hold Joe Biden accountable for that. And
So, I hate to break it to you, Sir Herschel Walker, but I don't think, this is just my gut feeling, that foreign leaders will have particularly, a significant amount of respect for you. Hate to say it. Final thing from a Herschel Walker campaign rally, Ben Carson saying something or alluding to something that really grinds my gears when talking about black conservatives. And a lot of times Republicans say this phrase, the Democrats, I hate it, the Democratic plantation is what they say that black voters are on, which is so vile in my mind. And I'm so sick and tired of Republicans saying that black voters vote for Democrats because they can't think for themselves and they're just brainwashed by the Democratic Party, instead of trying to figure out why it is that your policies don't appeal to black Americans, at least largely, when you look at vote counts. Take a look.
For the left, the only thing worse than Satan is a black conservative.
So he says the left thinks the only thing worse than Satan is a black conservative.
And they don't like the fact that, is it possible that black people can actually think for themselves? They don't like that.
So then he says that the left goes, oh, is it possible for black people to be able to think for themselves? And trying to say that the reason we don't like Herschel Walker is because he's a black conservative. No, the reason we don't like him is because he's, number one, has principles, I guess you would say, are conservative, but more so just unhinged, and then also can't convey those positions at all and has a very hard time communicating those to people, and also is a huge hypocrite in his personal life and very bad, low character in his personal life, these stories have revealed. It has nothing to do with his race, but that's all Republicans can see in these types of situations. And right there, he's trying to say that because Herschel Walker is a Republican, he can think for himself, and the left hates the idea that black people could actually think for themselves. No, that's coming out of your mind there. We think that black people are thinking for themselves and choosing the better party. That's what's happening in these elections. But so enraging. That talking point has been brought up so much by Lindsey Graham. There's been Carson and so many on the right in relation to Herschel Walker. And I'm sick of it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get access to an extra full show every Saturday that only members can see, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there is a link in the description.